On yesterday, I posted a couple of videos talking about Killer Mike, and in those videos, I mentioned folks like Nina Turner, Charlemagne the God, Ice Cube, and many others. And a few of you were like, what did Nina Turner do? And what did Ice Cube do? Well, I had done several videos on both of these people, but I was only able to find the videos that I did on Nina Turner. So I uploaded those. You can check those out. Now, let's briefly talk about Ice Cube. I won't go into a lot of details like reading quotes and all of that stuff. However, I will provide you with receipts and articles where you can go and read up on all of this for yourself. To properly talk about Ice Cube and his connection to the Republicans, we got to go back. I first started talking about this in 2018, 2019, I believe, when I saw this article. This article told me how Ice Cube was connected to Steve Bannon and the Qatari royals. Long story short, Steve Bannon, through the Qatari royals, invested in Ice Cube's Big Three League. He knew it as an investment from Steve Bannon. I don't think he knew the Qatari royals were a part of that investment, because now there's this whole big lawsuit going on. Remember, sometimes I told you guys that I read more than one article or watch more than one video on the same story just to get different perspectives and possibly more information on the story. So here's another story written by the Washington Post in regards to all of this that's going on with Ice Cube, the Qatari royals, and Steve Bannon. So one, Ice Cube is tied to the Qatari royals, and two, Ice Cube is tied to Steve Bannon. You know when they say follow the money? This is what following the money brings you to with Ice Cube's connection with the Republicans, in my opinion. So when you see Ice Cube come out every 4 years to do some type of political stunt to sort of hype up Republicans, that should connect a dot for you. When we saw Ice Cube doing an interview riding around LA in the back of a limousine of some sort, that should connect a dot for you. When Ice Cube tried to tell us that he was going to talk to Donald Trump about his platinum plan, now that should connect a dot for you. Remember, Roland Martin invited Ice Cube onto his show to talk about his platinum plan. And Ice Cube couldn't even really coherently talk about his own plan. If I can find that video, I will post that video up over on my backup page. The backup page is the THEE Politics by Tabitha. Be on the lookout for it. But him doing interviews with former Fox News anchors who shit on black people and support a racist Donald Trump, that's a dot. Him having financial ties to Steve Bannon, that's a dot. Him going to talk to Donald Trump about his platinum plan that he couldn't coherently explain to Roland Martin, that should tell you that was bullshit. What were you going to talk to Donald Trump about? So all of these dots are problematic, right? And so in this current political cycle, we saw Ice Cube coming back out to do his political thing. But this time, we also saw this. Ice Cube taking pictures, all smiles, with Robert F. Kennedy Jr., who's trying to present himself as a Democrat, but really is a Republican. Why do I say Robert F. Kennedy is a Republican? I believe Robert F. Kennedy is a Republican wearing Democrat, now independent clothing to try to fool the masses. I believe he's a plant. I believe he's working for the ops, which are the Republicans. Why? Because he's been endorsed by Steve Bannon. He's been endorsed by Alex Jones. Charlie Kirk from Turning Point USA, and so many others have, from the Republican side, have been cozied up to Robert F. Kennedy Jr. So when I saw those pictures of Ice Cube with Robert F. Kennedy Jr., it was only confirmation for me. Now, after those pictures went public, he got a ton of backlash. Ice Cube, that is. He got a ton of backlash. People were calling him a sellout, all of this jazz. And of course, Ice Cube responded. You know, Ice Cube don't have no problems cussing out and disrespecting black people. So, yeah, he did come out, and this is what he had to say. Quote, "For all the simple-minded, short-bus people out there, a picture is not an endorsement, dummy. Now get your ass over to Bungalow 51 and shut the fuck up." End quote. So in other words, he's telling you black people, don't hold me accountable for cozying up with the ops, right? The people who really aren't doing anything for our community, the people who are actively suppressing and oppressing black people, being racist and discriminatory against black people. Don't call me out for cozying up with them. Just shut your ass up, get over to wherever I need you to spend your money. Somebody tweeted and added Ice Cube and said that he was a sellout. And he responded to that person and said, quote, "Sellout, question mark. I work for myself. I'm self-made. How do you feed your family? How much do you sell your time for per hour on your job?" End quote. I don't know who the person was. I don't know if the person was white or black, but clearly the person was a fan. So, yeah, I'm going to demean and belittle and dehumanize my fan because they're calling me out on cozying up with the people who really aren't for the black community. Don't worry, though. Don't worry. Killer Mike came out in defense of Ice Cube. In the next video, I'll show you a connection between Killer Mike and Robert F. Kennedy Jr.